my name is Tyler Shepard.
My name's Hayden Foley.
And we are co-captains of the GHS Robotics here at GHS.
Yeah, we're Team 6864, and we are looking forward to this year's competition, which starts in January.
This year is our third year, so we're super excited. I just want to introduce you guys our one of our first year's members. This is Thomas Bagastini. He's been here since we first started. Do you want to say any words about our competitions?
They're interesting, they're innovative, and it forces kids to work together. What else would you like me to talk about?
We'll splice
Working
that video.
together.
So we want to introduce you guys to our new campaign this year that we started. It's called the 100 for 100. Do you want to explain it?
So what we are doing is we are asking 100 small businesses in the Muskoka region for $100 so that we can get $10,000 for our competition. Because going to competition and building a robot can end up being very expensive.
So this year our goal is to get $29,000. Mind you, that's for 2 competitions, possibly a 3rd competition if we make it to provincials. So we're going to start off small, but we want to stay local. Last year we stayed very local, and our goal is to try to do that again this year as well.
Exactly.
So after 100 for 100, I think we are going to start introducing our big businesses that helped us out last year.
Exactly.
As they were amazing, as
Yeah,
always.
they really were. And staying local is one of the things that we really want to keep going with in the future, so that everyone knows that Ravenhurst and Muskoka in general is starting to become a leader in innovation.
And you're getting ready for the Santa Claus Parade this Saturday, and also the competition itself. Just to say a little bit about the competition there.
Well, do you want to speak on behalf of the competition?
So, competition's a lot of fun. We have pit team members, we have our entire team there usually. We stay at a hotel for 2 nights, usually, and we compete with our robots such as Hal, and we also, our first year robot called Mike. Each year we've been stepping up our game, and we've been improving our robots, but also it's not just about our robot, it's about having fun and making sure that we all work together.
So our goal is that we have dinner together, we have breakfast together, and we try to have lunch together at the competitions.
Yep.
It's just so that we can feel more family, like that's our goal, is to feel like a family rather than a team. We want to use our strengths together rather than our weaknesses.
So this team is part of the school, club, or classes?
This team is part of the after-school club for robotics. While we do have robotics class at the school, this is separated from it, at least to some degree.
And this is the shop where you work?
Yes.
Are the classes held here?
So where did you start?
So, our first year when we first started, we owned a little janitor's closet to hold all our gear, and we worked on cafeteria tables. And we drilled lots of holes. We ended up breaking one of the tables at one part.
Oops.
But we were very condensed, and we were lacking lots of material. We had to borrow from a lot of different teams. We had to get a lot of different advice. And our second year, we moved into a classroom. Not this specific room, but it was still very condensed because it was a shared classroom. This year, we have grown and expanded to the point where we own our own classroom, and we have a lot of space, and we're starting to gather materials for our coming year.
This year, I do want to introduce to you that we actually have a CNC router. This was, did we buy it? We bought it. So we actually bought the CNC router this year. It's so that we can
manufacture our own parts, so we can only spend 40 cents on a part instead of $12.
Or more.
Yes. So by manufacturing our own parts, we're recycling materials, and we're also spending a lot less money on parts.
Yes.
So
Who teaches you this?
So a lot of our programmers have been self-taught, but like things like the CNC router and different other materials, our grandfather team, Huntsville, and some of their mentors and teachers have actually come and taken their time to help us and teach us how to use things properly.
Yeah, and they've been a huge help in teaching us how everything works and what we're capable of with this CNC router.
You said it's very expensive. I know you're trying to raise $29,000. Are you? For what's that for?
Yes.
That is for a competition in general. It can cost up to $7,000 to build your robot. The competition does put a maximum limit. I believe it is $7,000 Canadian. And plus, you have money for accommodations, staying at hotels 2 or 3 nights at a time, 3 times sometimes even 4.
As well as after school, our build team is here from 3:30 to 9:30. So they also need to bring food, but as a team, since they volunteer their time here, we also need to purchase them food so that they can stay well nutrition, so that we can work 100% on this as well as possible.
So you only have 10 weeks between January and you said March 7th is your first competition there. And tell us a little bit about the competition, and it's not the HAL behind you or the mic behind you that you're going to use again this year, or?
So no, this is Hal. This was last year's robot. We built him to compete in last year's competition. We are going to leave him together, but we are going to build a new robot completely from the ground up for this year's competition. On January the 4th, we learn what that competition is going to be, whether it's going to be a game similar to soccer, or if it's going to be a race, something like that. Those are previous competitions.
So if you actually go on to, I believe it's first, you can find what we consider the teaser video. So we don't know what our competition or what we're going to be competing or what we're going to be doing in this competition, but we got a teaser video probably about 2 months ago?
Yes, about 2 months ago.
Yeah, so it was just this year it's Star Wars theme and Disney. So we kind of had to interpret what potentially might be in our competition, what potentially we might be doing. So for example, we saw 3 spaceships.
We saw 3 spaceships landing, so we figured that it might end up being they landed on an elevated position, so generally there's a climbing aspect to one of these competitions, so we believe that that is going to stay the same this year.
So,
is there anything that you found in the video?
So each year they come out with a brand new game, like we've said. We don't know 100% sure what's going to happen, but one thing we know for sure is the name of the game, and it's called Infinite Recharge. So there's probably going to have to be something where we have to fill up a battery or a tower and collect points that way.
So you can find the video on the first website, I believe, and it's super interesting, and we would love to see you at any of our competitions or even at the Santa Claus Parade on Saturday.
Just last, how many students are involved in all this?
So how many students did you have first year?
When we started to try and build the team, I started to build it with Mr. Gilbert, one of our math teachers, and there was 4 of us interested. But as we grew throughout our first year, we had about 9 students in total.
So my first year, which was our second year, we had about 20 students, but we actually had probably about 15 students that really came, that really committed their time. That
who were very dedicated.
And
this year we probably have 25 or more who will be that level of dedication. So that's wonderful to see that we are able to grow at that rate.
So we're super excited and cannot wait for our competitions to start this year.